Hi golfers, Nick here for Nick Taylor Golf. It's Friday, so welcome to another lesson on golf tips. This week on golf tips, we're going to take a look at my golf swing using the stack and tilt system. So I'm down here at GOLFTEC. We're going to take a look at some motion data. We're going to take a look at the video of my golf swing. We're going to take a look at the changes I've made to help me play better and hopefully give you guys a better understanding on your golf swing and what things to look for. Then we're going to go through some changes and show you guys the drills that I work on to help me play better and hopefully help you golfers out there play better golf. First up here, I'm just going to hit my standard 7-iron. So we're going to take a look at the video shortly in a second. You see on that TV there, this is going to record my golf swing. So when I hit this shot here, that will record. We'll take a look at my swing a little bit later. But first of all, just my standard sort of 7-iron swing here. So not bad shot. You can see on the screen there, that ball reasonably straight, pitched around 155, which is okay for sort of standard 7-iron. You'll see the data there, around 4 degrees into out, 5 degrees downwards, and around 20 degrees launch. So when I'm looking at my golf swing, other golfers' golf swing, I'm trying to pick out like a pattern here. What is the pattern? So I know I don't hit many shots, but I kind of know my pattern and I kind of know what things I need to work on to help me get better. Again, pretty similar shot there. So just taking a look at that data there. 3.5 degrees inside out, 5.5 degrees downwards, launch angle around 20. Contact still a little bit out the heel, so not perfectly flush. Slightly better contact that one, but slight push out to the right. So I know when I'm working on my swing, like my tendency in the past has always been to slight overdraw, so I make sure that face is a little bit open. So 3 degrees inside out, 5 degrees downwards, around 21 degree launch that time. Pretty good shot. So again, most of these are coming pretty close to the middle. I could see that just a couple there, maybe slightly on the heel, probably dropped off a little bit of distance. But again, 3.6 degrees into out, 5.4 degrees downwards, launched around 20. So that's 4 shots. Let's hit one more. Again, pretty straight shot. Didn't quite catch that flush, but it's close enough. So just around 155 carry again. 3.3 degrees into out, 5.9 degrees downwards. Launch angle around 19 degrees. So there's 5 shots there. So first of all, let's just take a look at those 5 shots. Just analyze those in a little bit of detail before we take a look at my golf swing. Screen here, I've just pulled up all the club data now. This is the 5 shots I hit. 3.5 degrees inside out, 1.4 degrees face closed, started to the right, curved to the left, pretty straight shot. Now, all those shots were pretty straight. I hit downwards 5.5, which may be a fraction too much for a 7-iron. And the launch angle, like I said to you, 19.9 degrees is a little bit high. Now, those contacts weren't perfect, so I didn't get the ball perfectly out the middle, but it was close enough, you know, it was reasonably good. When we take a look at the ball data, 113 miles per hour, 89 miles an hour club head speed. Now, like I said earlier, 89 miles an hour club head speed is almost the same as the average tour player, but I'm only carrying it at 154, so where am I losing that distance? Now, certainly the launch angle, 19.9 degrees, that's about 3 degrees higher than the average tour player. So how am I going to improve that? Because I hit it pretty good contacts, it's not perfect, but I don't play a lot of golf, I play like twice a month. And I hit balls, a few balls a day, and if I get time to practice, I'm going to talk about what things I do later on when I practice, but what do I need to do? What do I need to do to improve my golf swing? So first of all, let's take a look at my golf swing in a little bit of detail. Okay guys, so if you take a look at the screen here, we've got my golf swing, we've got all these data points that we get here at GOLFTEC, and you can see the color code system that we have there. So I'm just going to run through my swing here. So this would be at kind of slow speed here. You can see how we measure the golf swing here at GOLFTEC, but unfortunately guys, you probably don't have access to all of this. So I'm going to show you guys what to look for if you're videoing your swing, because I know a lot of you guys out there do that. So let's take away these data points here. So we're going to go through some checkpoints to help you guys out there kind of look at your golf swing and when you're videoing your golf swing from both angles. So first thing I'm going to do here is just draw a line from the left heel. I like to check setup position. So from that left heel, I like to see that line go through pretty much my left ear. And you can see my foot's turned out, the ball position is back on the grid. You can see my hands on the inside of my left leg just touching that line. From the side view, you can see the angle of the shaft there points roughly at the belt. That's kind of my check point. I'm also going to put a line for reference just above the elbow and a circle around the head from the side view here. Let's take a look at the swing now as it moves back. So as we go back here, you see how from the front view there, my head stays on that line, and then from the side view there, my head stays in the circle. My left arm is across the line of my shoulder. It's just below that white line that I addressed there. Another key checkpoint to look for would be the knee flex changing, the tilt of the hips, the tilt of the shoulders, the pressure point under the right arm. All these key things are so important. You can see my arm's dead straight as well. So I'm really happy with that backswing. Let's see what happens when we put these swings together and we start the downswing. So by the time we get down to left arm parallel, just past left arm parallel here, you can see that my body weight has started to move through that white line. You can see from the side view, the hands and the club shaft are just inside of that top line. The shaft goes there through pretty much through my bicep at that stage. And as we come down, swing plane looks really good. Hand position here is pretty good from the front view. Continually move my hips forward. There's the impact position. So why do I launch the ball at 19 degrees? So I'm going to take a line here from my left shoulder. It's going to go through my elbow, through my hands, and what you'll notice is that that club head is just past that line. Now sometimes I practice this, and this is something that I really do work on, and I get that a lot better, but you saw there today that I was launching the ball just a fraction too high, and that can lead to slightly inconsistent shots on the golf course. Now going back a few years, this was a little bit worse, but I've really worked on it to try and improve it. So this is the area I know that I need to work on to improve. So I'm going to show you in a second what I'm going to do. Let's just finish the swing here. So I'm going to continue to move my hips forward, and you'll see from the swing plane, my hands track the top line there. The hands exit on that line as well. You'll see how in the backswing, my hands from the side view are on this line, and then they exit on that line as well. So I'm swinging in a circle. I'm keeping my head pretty stable from both angles. I'm staying on the line from the front view. So all these things that I'm doing in my swing, I've worked really hard on, and obviously there'll be certain key checkpoints that you probably need to work on in your golf swing to get better. But for me, I know my body movement's pretty good, my hand pass pretty good, my head movement's pretty good, but to improve my golf swing, I need to improve my impact position and get that shaft lean a little bit more at impact. So guys, I'm going to talk you through the drill that I work on to try and improve it. Now, I don't get a lot of chance to practice, but when I do practice, if I've got, say, half an hour in 1 week, right, I'm not going to go in the bay and just hit full shots, right? You've seen me hit some shots there. I can hit the ball okay, right? It's not perfect, but if I'm going to improve, I need to work on this drill. Now, this is something that I've worked on for a number of years. This is certainly not a quick fix, but it's a really great drill for you guys to practice and for me as well. So when I hit this next shot here, I'm just going to go back like to left arm parallel. As I go through, I'm going to try and keep my handle forward and try and keep the bend as much as possible in my right wrist. So it's going to be left arm parallel. Like we call this a slam drill, right? I'm just basically slamming the club into the ground, keeping that bend in the right wrist. So I'm going to try and launch this ball. We're going to try and get this down a lot lower. So tour average, say around 16.5, 17 degree. Launch angle, I was launching around 20. I need to get this drill down below 15, really. If I can't get below 15 doing this drill, I've got no chance of getting anywhere near 17 degrees when I hit a full swing. So when I practice, I don't just go in the bay and hit balls. I go in the bay and work on this drill. So let's hit a shot. So when I'm hitting this shot here, guys, I'm just going to go to left arm parallel. We're going to get a video and just take a look at the difference here, and we'll get the club data and the ball data on the screen there. So just going to try and keep my head steady, try and get my handle forward. So you can see there, the club literally hasn't left the mat. I've kept the bend in that wrist. Shot's gone very straight. Now, considering there's no follow through there, it's not gone far away from where I'd normally hit it. So 70 miles an hour. I hit down 12 degrees, which is quite high, and then 13 degrees launch, right? I launched that 13 degrees. So if I can hit 10 shots, 20 shots, 30, whatever it is, how much time I've got, and just launching at 13 degrees, I know if I'm going to go out and play, try and get that feeling in my full swing, I'm going to hit the ball a little bit better, a little bit further, and probably more consistently. And when I play on the course, when I do like a practice swing, I kind of do a feel of that before I'm taking the shot. Now, I don't always stand there and hit a full swing as I'm practicing. They're doing practice swing, but I'm going to get a practice feel. So let's take a look at those two swings, right? We've got them on the screen here. So on the right hand side is the last shot I hit, the drill. So it went to about left arm parallel, full swing a little bit further, obviously, so I didn't get the distance on this, but we know we've got the sort of difference in the club data. Now, at this point here, look at where my hands are. So the butt of the club there would be in front of the ball. Okay, this is huge, right? You look at the best players in the world, they're gonna look like this, right? You need to get that handle more forward. There's more bend in this right wrist at this stage. As I keep going down, you see my handle's way more forward. Now, we saw in the club data there, it was probably a little bit exaggerated in terms of the ball flight. I launched this one around 13, one on the left around 20. Now, look at the difference there as I hit through impacts. If I take a line now from my left arm, you can see it's in front of the club head, whereas before it was behind. So that is how I'm going to practice, right? It's no point me standing there and just hitting full shots. I know that's not going to improve my golf. And then as I go through, you can see that I stop there. Okay, so my arm didn't quite get to parallel. Now it's a different release of the club, and I expect a different trajectory from those releases, but that is how I'm going to practice. So thanks for watching, golfers. Hopefully that video has given you a little bit of insight into how I practice and how I work on my golf. Hope it gives you guys a little bit of help in terms of what you need to do to improve your golf. If you've got any comments on that, post them in the box below. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you again next week for another video.